this is a 406 EW10J4 engine. So of course you guys know the one that we've been working on. First change the engine from EW7 to EW10 and some other things. So the owner has asked us to convert from the EW10J from manual, which is BE4, to ML56, which is EW12 5-speed manual gearbox. So we've done that, removed the engine, took back the gearbox. No need to change the clutch kit because they use the same clutch kit as far as ML56 is concerned. So this is the EW10J for manual gearbox, the BE4. So this is the cable assembly for the ML5C, which you can also serve for ML6C, the one we call popularly front reverse, as you can see. So this one just arrived from Lagos. So mine is better. The only challenge you have is this. This is the gearbox mount bracket. So this number I think is from 607, which came with the gearbox. So the part number that I'm looking for is different. This one 96409888080. This is for EW12 607 with this engine, with this gearbox. So there's a one, I know the one that will fit in here, but we are still searching for it, which is still a challenge. Hopefully we'll get it soon. We've gotten also the CV joint or the complete drive shaft. So basically that's it for the conversion. So we'll soon conclude. Now for the car, remember the rear handbrake was dismantled. While doing the installation, I noticed the brake disc is gone. The part that handles the handbrake, the inner part of it for the handbrake, the outer side is okay. The normal face for the brake pad is okay, but for the lining for the handbrake is dead for both sides, so we'll have to change it. So I have to change the disc. So that's it. So we'll see what we can do. It's going to be a challenge getting that bracket for the gearbox. It will be a big challenge, but I believe it will be successful. How long? I don't know. It's going to take for us to be capable. I don't know. It's part of the kit. This is also part of the kit. We'll see. So we'll keep you guys updated. This is the gearbox bracket. We'll be able to get it. The boot is it open? Yeah. I don't lock them. Okay, no problem. So we'll be able to get the bracket, this gearbox mount bracket. As you can see, this is the number 963782548. Okay, so later we're going to mount and conclude with this. So, alright, so I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so back on the 406 with the conversion to EW12 gearbox. So, yeah, this was ordered from Lagos, and unfortunately I was deceived. Of course, from the video, it has that design of this 406 without front reverse gearbox, which you find in V6 or EW12. So this is usually the design for this side of the gearbox, and this, and then this, you know, all this just design. So I zoomed and paid for it. Fortunately, number one, they've changed this cable. This is not the cable that's supposed to be there, because it's supposed to be 90. No, this one is supposed to be 100 cm. 100 cm. For some reasons, I don't know what happened. It's less than that. It's about 95 cm. So it couldn't even get to the gearbox. Now this one is supposed to be 96 cm, but it's actually this particular one is 93. So they hit something here which I didn't see on the video before I made the purchase, because they sent me the video. I looked at it, but because they covered something here, it was not until I received it I now noticed that and what it is. See what they did. Hold on. Now look at it. You can see they did a cut and join here. They welded it. I can see it has even broken. One part of it has broken from where they did the welding. So they welded this cable, and worst case, it still was not long enough. It's supposed to be 96, but this is 90. I'm trying to remember. They're 92 or thereabouts. So both of them are short. So it's possible that this was also joined somewhere, because I can see something they did here. I don't even know. So but whatever it is was too short. This one is still okay. The reverse cable. So because of that, I had to now go to market to search for another one here in Abuja, and I was able to get it. Of course, I know the length even before I ordered for this one from Lagos, but then, of course, the person claimed, well, doesn't know how to do the measurement. So I assumed I just don't want to talk much about that. So this one I went and I was able to do the measurement by myself, checked all the parts to be sure no kind of fault play, no any joint anywhere. So everywhere intact. So I measured the measurements as expected. This is 96 cm, that's the length. This is about 101 cm, the length. This one, the length doesn't really matter as far as I'm concerned. As long as it's long enough, yeah, the length I can do is long. So luckily this one also came with the leather, unlike the one from Lagos. So the only thing I'm going to now replace is the knob. This is not the original knob. This is all this new knob. They don't last. So I'm going to take this knob, which I paid for separately from this, even though they came together, but I paid for this one separately. So if I want to return this particular one that was deceived, which looked like basically like a scam, if I'm to return it, of course I'm not returning it with the knob. So this is how to know the genuine everlasting knob. You can see the iron. Basically everything here is iron except the leather here. So this leather can always easily be replaced, but the iron remains. But this one, the unfortunate thing is it's rubber. So over time it will crack and then damage for good. As this one has happened with damage. So we're going back to the car so that every other thing has been done concerning the conversion. So once you mount this, you drop the gearbox, drop the vehicle, and then test the work. Okay, so one of those things, So be careful out there when you are buying stuff, especially buying something outside your locality or environment, because now the cost of sending this thing back is a big discouragement for me, because to return this thing is going to cost me nothing less than a minimum of 15,000 naira to return this back to Lagos. for me to get back the money I used in purchasing this, which by the time I remove this knob, what I'll get back from this might not even be up to 20,000 naira. So you'll be wondering, what's the point? The stress, you have to go to park. Anyway, so some of those things. So that's the update. So we'll see. But yeah, I've taken the car for a drive. As you can see, the car is now down. And yeah, the gearbox worked very well. All the gears selected. But of course, I didn't drive on highway yet, or just a street drive on the street here. So I believe the conversion is sorted out. As for the gear knob, I'm going to go and change and put leather on the other one, so that I can come and change this one. I'll leave this one here for now. So the brake is still going slow, but I believe either there is still air in the system, or because the car hasn't been driven for it to work well. So then the handbrake, I see still up higher, so the still needs some adjustment, and may need to change this. I don't know yet. First, we'll see. And what else? This they said about 2 bolts of 1 on this tray, so may have to change the hub. So I'll call the new hub to know how much it sells. The 2 options is either to retrade it or to change the hub. I think changing the hub might be a safer option than the trading. So we'll see. But at least the conversion is well done properly. Everything works well. Turn the steering full in motion, no noise, nothing. Engage all the gears, no noise, nothing. Of course, we will now observe the case just to be sure the gearbox doesn't leak. So far it's dry. The gearbox is dry. Even for where the CV joints enters, no oil leak. So far, so good. And of course, we'll observe it tomorrow. Alright. Yeah, so a few things I would like you people to learn from this conversion and the gear cable saga. So, expect that you always have issues like this once you are doing a conversion. Some people will not understand. What I mean is, always do not work with a budget like, oh, this is what definitely is going to consume. No. You always have to, let's assume it's going to cost you 500,000. Keep additional 100 or even close to 200,000 aside, because most cases you end up losing some money when it comes to conversions, especially on transmission, or it's not just on transmission, so many other things. For one engine model to another, one kind, stuff like that. Especially in Nigeria, where most parts sellers are very dubious, or some, let me just use the word, some parts sellers are very dubious, the fraudulent, because when it comes to conversion, it's no longer about your own contacts. The parts sellers that you have a relationship with or some understanding with, that knows that, oh, if you buy something, if it doesn't work or doesn't match, you are getting your money back. In fact, my clients, people are repair cars and repair their vehicles, they already know that when they give me cars to repair, they know that they hardly have issue with money issue, refund or parts issue, because the consultant I usually buy parts from, sometimes I only pay after the work is done. Once I confirm the part match or is exactly what I wanted and or worked. Compared to when you are doing a conversion, it's no longer about your own contacts, the past sellers you know, or you've been dealing with for years. No, it's not about who has the part you are looking for. Whether you know the person or you don't know the person, because conversion parts are not common parts you go to market and buy. There are some parts that you may even have to import outside your environment, outside your country, to be able to be successful in that conversion. So in that case, you may do that, import the part, order that part from outside your place, even though you've done all your due diligence, did everything to make sure it's exactly the part you wanted. But then the seller might intentionally or unintentionally be dubious and sell the part he knew for a fact that this is not what you wanted, or probably he didn't know, but assume that's what you requested for. I will sell you the part. By the time you receive the part, you now weigh your option of sending the part back. You realize that even to deliver the part to you costs almost the same amount of you purchasing the part, or even higher in some cases. So in that case, it makes no sense logically or even financially to go and send the part back so that you receive the same amount of what you are going to spend in returning the parts. It's going to be a huge loss, you know. And there are cases that even people around in your locality that probably don't know, you go and buy the parts only for you to now go and to mount it where the conversion is being done, and I realize that it's not exactly what that will match, even though you set out that it's going to work, or probably it's a damaged part that was packaged and hidden in such a way that you won't really know until when you're about to mount it, you realize, oh, actually this is broken, and somebody did some mischievous thing there to hide it. Returning it, the person might insist is not going to pay you back, or we will start telling you, fine, see, he's not giving you the back money, however, you get another one for you, which could take days, weeks, or if not months. So because of that, because you want to keep waiting for that person, the whole conversion will now stay on hold for months, weeks. So that's why it's always good to have that extra money aside, so that cases like this, you see, you know, because you could say, okay, I'll take it out with the person legally, get police involved. Let me explain to you what usually happens in these cases. You get the police involved, fine. You see that vehicle that is being deceived, they might have to come and tow the vehicle, if it's not drivable, to the police station and park it there, because it's not a case. So even the work will even be prolonged more. If you get to a court case, you start spending. I'm not saying it happens in all cases, but there is this a scenario where you have to understand that it might happen. You go to a session, they might require you have to bring the vehicle for them to even confirm your claim that this is what the seller did, this or that. Or you have to transport them, the police guys, as far as Nigeria is concerned, to go to where that vehicle is to confirm truly this or that, or to go to the other person to arrest the person, and all this will keep dragging, and so it's always like that. So I always tell people, if you are doing this kind of conversion, expect something like this to happen. The only thing is, it doesn't give those people, sellers who go scot-free. You know, what I usually do is, you know what, focus on your mission, focus on, you know, your target, get it done first, then every other thing comes in. Because if you want to be distracted because he cheated you, he did this, trust me, it may frustrate the work to the point that everything will be abandoned. You end up scrapping the car. So it's just unfortunate that Nigeria is just what it is. It's difficult to trust people. That's why I don't like. Even if it's only 2 or 3 contacts that I have when it comes to sourcing of parts, I'm okay with that. These are people you know, they trust you. It doesn't mean they are good people. It doesn't mean they don't cheat other people. But when it comes to you personally, they don't do that to you. So why risk it elsewhere? to see what's going to happen to your money or your client's money or stuff like that, you know. But when it comes to conversion, definitely is, like I said, conversion parts are not common. It could be only what the part you are looking for to complete the conversion might actually be only one in the whole country. Only one person might have it. And you don't know the person. The person might even be your enemy. But in this case, you will swallow your pride, and I mean, you need this thing to get this thing done. So that's the unfortunate thing, you know. In that cable case, it wasn't even I didn't deal directly with the seller. It was a middleman. So the middleman didn't know that it was packaged deceptively. The person knew what he was doing. So he got it for me, all the way from Lagos. It was only after I received the part I realized this was a mess. Because the video will not show you all those things. Yeah, he sent me a video, but of course it was covered. You know, the welded part was covered, and it didn't show on the video. This was the first time I even knew that this kind of deception can be done. That they can even do this kind of thing on a cable. I've never come across cable welded in that form, so I wasn't expecting that. So it's something you have learned today too. You know, but it's just very unfortunate. So the middleman, of course, I blamed him that he ought to, as an expert in the field, you also be able to check. Because if I was the one there, what I would have done, because few things, number one, the lengths were not the same. So they intentionally swapped the lengths, the cables, put the wrong ones. So I would have already noticed that this is not the actual length of this cable. Even though they have the same design, the same shape, everything, but the length will tell you. And also, you know, there are so many things that will show. Once I see, because I noticed that immediately I saw that, no, there's something wrong with this. But I was like, let me get to the station workshop before I can confirm. And eventually happened. You know, but the person that sold it was prepared. The seller that he got it for me was prepared, because immediately he was informed that, hey, what you sold was this, had this issue. He started giving conditions to frustrate returning it. Oh, if you are going to return it, he's going to remove so amount. So whatever you are going to get, he's going to pay you will be like 5% of what you paid for the whole part. I mean, it was just that bad. These are Nigerians, and yet tomorrow you claim Nigeria is not a den of corruption or scammers, because basically it's a scam. Yeah, unfortunately. So anyway, I just want people to learn from this so that avoid, or you just be prepared. You are going to lose some money. You are going to meet a lot of dubious, fraudulent scammers when it comes to conversion, because they will know this is not what you want. They will still go ahead and sell it to you because they know you are desperate, because if you don't see that particular part, you won't be able to succeed in that conversion. So they know you will be desperate in that case, so do everything to scam you in that regard, even when they know this is not what you wanted. It's unfortunate, but you know, that's what we deal with as far as Nigeria is concerned. I don't know about other crimes or countries or regions, but that's what we deal with here. Alright, so like this video, subscribe to the channel, and watch out for more videos and coming up soon. Alright.